wish they had given Daemon more warmth overall. But actually, with regards to a few people, that's one of the main strengths we can add to the gentle or noble side of the divide here. He does seem to choose women and to give himself to them, which, I will point out, is a kind of classic legendary thing. The man is called to be strong, to hone his predatory instincts, to have courage in the face of danger, to be willing to enact violence and retribution, but the woman has to tame him, to civilize him. The feminine, in many myths and many motifs across human history, is kind of the driving force of civilization in that way. It's the feminine which enchants the masculine. I know, I don't want to tokenize women or exotify them, but these are archetypes. That's the whole point of why symbols are perpetuated. A symbol is a distilled truth that's simple enough to be perpetuated, and then you tweak it in your life, in your modern society, whatever that may be. When men go wrong, they go wrong in a bloody, vicious, hierarchical, uncivilized way. When women go wrong, it's something else, maybe.
If you ever call me sister again, I'll have you strangled in your sleep.
So men need this enchanting force to captivate them. I mean, why do they talk about a woman's intuition? It's not only because women nurture or mother or gossip and build these social webs that give them a better pulse as to what's going on, although they do that. It's also because they're seen as the life makers, the dark, chaotic heart of nature from which new creation bursts. So yes, the feminine is multifaceted and has many motifs, and none can ever apply to an individual woman. But one of the things the woman has is the power to determine need, and the man will fulfill it. The man is captured by her beauty, her life-givingness, her nurturing, the power of her to see the hidden heart of things and make him tremble. And the woman calls the man to constrain his power in accordance with some structure. She helps him shape and channel it so that violence is used for justice and protection, so that charisma is used for leadership and wise delegation, so that hierarchy is the fatherly seeding of new generations, patriarchy like Ned, like Harwin, rather than the tyranny of fathers like Theon's or Samwell's or maybe Tywin and Otto. Though Tywin and Otto are a bit more complex because they also have this vision for the realm. The legacy is selfish, but they're also justly skilled and right when it comes to a lot of things, a la Varys maybe. Varys is skilled and right, and his true dedication to the realm is obvious, whereas Littlefinger is kind of grasping and conniving, and that's maybe why he dies sooner, although they both die in such dumb ways, and the writing was so diminished at that stage, I don't want to reference it, so forget about it. Just know that I'm right. If you were writing the story, or if I was, or whenever George does release the books, we will all do a better job than D&D did. Don't worry. Anyway, I was talking about Daemon, how he does have this strength of giving himself to women, romantically somewhat. Now, is that psychotic and egotistical because it's just one woman he chooses and glorifies and kills for? Yes, it is somewhat psychotic and egotistic, but less than if he were simply ravaging the countryside on Dragonback, never thinking about having children or a bride, never thinking about legacy. So, actually, the focus on legacy, channeled through a woman he truly loves, is one of the ways Daemon's great capacity for villainy can be constrained. And put that high enough, put it on a throne, surrounded by people who will help stabilize rather than backstab or contest him, and you might get a fantastic king. Of course, you don't want them afraid of him, because that would mean they're not acting honestly, and probably he's a rather fearsome figure, and neither of those are good for the realm long term. So maybe he's a better warring king than a ruling king. But then Viserys was a ruling king, and in his weakness he planted the seeds for this war that now inherits him.
I named her Heart of Love because I no longer believed.
Believed what, my love?
My obsession killed Rhaenyra's mother.
Viserys.
I thought Rhaenyra was the way out of my abyss of grief and regret. That naming her heir would begin to set things right.
Oh, it did.
I never imagined I would remarry. That I would have a son.
So, it's kind of this dance. But not a dance of dragons. A dance of motivations and character relations.